Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Mythic Ocean. Today we are going to continue our adventures, meeting with the gods and everything in the depths, and it looks like we still have to go check in with Gnosis. That was the fable I was saving for last, since it seemed pretty important. Last time we followed up on Ketri and Este's crystal. Hey, how goes it? Looking to chat? What do you think about how things turned out with the twins' crystal? You're asking me? Well, you and Alethea decided to leave the crystal broken and tell the twins it couldn't be fixed, right? I probably would not have done that. Yeah, I didn't mean to. You might remember that I'm not a fan of, limiting what folks can do. The twins showed up here with the crystal. It's theirs. Let them do what they want with it. And you think that's, yeah, limiting people. I don't particularly agree with it either. I think I see where you come from. Right, it's like, if I make a really important choice like that for the twins without them knowing about it, suddenly I'm the one deciding their destiny instead of them. Even if you're trying to teach them a lesson or whatever. They're probably not going to learn anything that way. True, maybe I should have gone about it differently. I should have. I wanted to. Live and learn, buddy. I've been watching this stuff play out for aeons, and I still find things to learn here and there. You said I could ask later about why you're not a god anymore. Have you changed your mind yet? Alright, you know what? It's late enough in the game now that it probably doesn't matter if I tell you. Listen up, because I'm only going to talk about this once, okay? So, as you know, I used to be a god back in the day. I was part of this whole rigmarole, buddy. I could create new worlds just like the other gods. Back then, none of us kept any memories when things started over. The arrangement for me to do that hadn't been made yet. But now I can remember things even from back then. So I remember what it was like to create new worlds. Having all that power, it was irresistible for me. So much so that, I really hated not being the creator. At some point I came up with a plan. A way to make sure no one could be the creator except me. And it worked. The other gods fell for it, and I put a stop to all these endless iterations of worlds. And gave myself the power to rule one new world forever. I'd be forever feared, forever worshipped, forever envied. How's it sound to you, buddy? I don't think I'd ever want that kind of power. Really, though? I think if you dug deep enough, there'd be a part of you that gets it. I mean, I get it. I get why you would want it, but I don't think I would ever want that. Constantly being worshipped and put on a pedestal. I mean, like, yeah, having everything you wanted would be nice, but people wouldn't actually like you for you. They would like you for the you they have in their mind. Like, I don't know. I feel like it would be a false way of living. Even if we're not aware of it during this phase, we gods have ways we think the world should be. Almost everyone does, gods or not. Having to see the world operate in a way that's not how you want it to be, that can be infuriating. But if I'm honest, I did what I did mostly out of sheer greed. And the other gods knew it. Eventually they decided the only way to stop me was to start a war against me. I kept them at bay for a long time, buddy. Oh wow, look, there's Ketri and Este. There's Alethea. I see Amar down there. And I'm guessing this crazy Hydra in the middle is you? Weird. The amount of power a creator gets is beyond what you can imagine, unless you've experienced it. It was a battle to end all battles. Went on for years. You normally don't like to interfere during that phase, but even you fought me. Oh yeah, where am I? Am I the one in the green bubble down there? Oh no, that's Lutra. That's not a... Oh wait, no, that's not even Lutra. That's Gnosis. Then it's not a green bubble, it's eyes. Yeah, so that's Gnosis fighting. I don't see Lutra. Or me. Which I find interesting. And you all won, in the end. You defeated me, put an end to my rule and my world. Most of the gods thought I needed to be locked away forever for what I did, or worse. But you disagreed. You proposed an arrangement. In exchange for my life, I would agree to make sure that what I had done would never happen again. By remembering what happens when no one else does, I'd never be able to create another world. I'd rule over nothing. I wouldn't be a god anymore. Instead, I would guide you as you give advice to the others, and protect the very process of endless death and rebirth that I tried to destroy. I mean, yeah, I don't really like the endless death and rebirth part. Don't get me wrong there. But at the same time, we can't just put one person in charge of a world, give them unlimited power, and just say, okay, that world can last forever now, because nothing's ever going to go wrong there. Forever. I figured that arrangement was better than an eternal imprisonment, or not existing, so I accepted it, and the rest is history. That is a lot to take in. Ha ha ha. That's putting it lightly, buddy. But there's still one more kicker. In order to make sure I didn't try to corrupt any of the gods in their unknowing, unremembering states, the other part of the deal was that none of them would be able to see or hear or otherwise sense me anymore. Only you would perceive me, so that I could guide you and discuss your decisions with you. That's why I watch what goes on around here, and wait for you to come by. And that's also how you can seemingly know what's happening all the time, because since no one else can see you but me, you can just swim out there and observe. That's all I've got left. Do you ever regret what you did? Not really, buddy. It's been so long now, I don't have any strong feelings about it anymore. But I mean, you gave me another chance. I don't like our arrangement a whole lot, but it's probably more than I deserve. Yeah, I don't really know what to choose here. I'm glad I gave you a second chance. I think you've made good use of it. Yeah, I'm glad I gave you a second chance. I think you've made good use of it. Bah, you're making me blush here, buddy. Come on. Ahem, well, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what I'd do if you gave me the power to be a creator again. I'm not sure I've really changed. I'd probably try the same thing, even knowing it would fail. Maybe not, though. Fortunately for all of us, we won't have to find out. Alright, okay, that's enough. I said I'd tell you, and now there's nothing more to say. Let's talk about something else. Later. I still don't know which god I want to give the crown to, if I'm going to be completely honest. So yeah, I noticed when we came here the first time... That's why... Okay, it's not here. It's in one of these rooms. There's like a cracked statue or painting or something depicting LL, and his is cracked. And like everybody else's is fine, but his is all messed up. Hi Gnosis, you're still terrifying, and I don't particularly like coming to your area, if I'm going to be completely honest, because you scare me, and you make me think of Subnautica, and I don't like it. But I'm here to see you now. Welcome back. What would you like to discuss? My teleporter took me to a strange place last time I was here. I wanted to see if you knew anything about that. Ah, yes. You speak of the breach, a shadowy space between our world and the void beyond. You have seen it for yourself, and now you know the consequences of Alethea's research. What are your thoughts? Why do you wish to return to that place? I want to find a way to free the creatures trapped there. A selfless notion. Tell me, are you doing this mainly for Alethea's sake? Or are you doing it for the missing creatures who will otherwise be confined to the breach forever? Of course I'm doing it for the missing creatures. Doing it for all of them. I'm doing it for the missing creatures. They're the ones paying the price for Alethea's mistakes. This is true. Of course, she informed her subjects of the risks, but Alethea knew she could not promise them their safety and went through with the experiments regardless. In the end, it is not a simple matter. But let us return to the topic at hand. Whatever your reasons may be, you wish to free the creatures trapped in the breach. I cannot force your teleporter to send you there again. I know nothing more about why that happened than you or Alethea. That said, I am capable of creating portals that link two places, as long as I can see the starting point and the destination. And both Midseas and the breach lie within my range of sight. I could create a portal that allows the trapped creatures to escape the breach. But it will require a great deal of energy. Perhaps in your travels you have found your way to the Library of Antiquity. A large book rests there, whose pages have been lost and scattered. These pages contain records of the old world, and they are sources of great power. But because my body is confined here to the depths, I cannot retrieve them myself. Bring 4 of the pages to me, and I will have the energy I need to create a portal to the breach. Talk it over with Alethea, see if she agrees with these terms. If you are both in agreement, we will proceed. Alright, I'll discuss. Good, I await your decision. Alright, I'm getting out of your freaky ass hellscape. I don't like it. I do not like it. That's what hell is for me. Like, dark underwater and you don't know what could be around the next corner. Good to see you again. Anything you'd like to talk about? I took another trip to the depths. Oh, that's a relief. Thank you again for giving it a go. Were you able to access the breach? No, unfortunately. And Gnosis said they didn't know what caused the teleporter malfunction either. Alright, that's discouraging. Anything else? Yes, Gnosis offered to help us free the creatures trapped in the breach. What? Excuse me, that's just very unexpected. Do you know how they plan to help? Gnosis can create portals that link two places. They're offering to open one in the breach so the creatures can escape. Remarkable. Is there any sort of catch? Are they asking us for anything in return? Gnosis can draw powers from the pages of a book in the Library of Antiquity. They need 4 of these pages in order to open the portal. Library of Antiquity? I've never heard of such a place. There's gateways leading to the library scattered across the ocean. You've never seen them? I haven't. This is surprising. I thought I documented almost everything in the ocean, but apparently not. I know how to get there, so don't worry. I've got this part covered. Alright, if you say so. Normally this is something I would think long and hard about, but I spent so much time and effort trying to determine whether the breach exists. It was all fruitless. I can't imagine how I'd ever get there deliberately. I think our best bet is to work with Gnosis to free the missing ones. I agree. This is the only lead we have, and we can't just leave those creatures stuck in the breach forever. Happy to hear it. All that's left is to tell Gnosis we're ready to collaborate, yes? Right, I'll be back shortly. Sounds good. Are there any new pages anywhere? I guess I've collected, like, nearly all of them now. Any eras we didn't read? I'm pretty sure we read 1, 2, and 3 at least. I don't know about 4. Everyone's being watched. Mortals aren't allowed. Oh yeah, and then they get taken to the bad place. Yeah, okay. So we have... Whoops. No, I wanted to look at my pages again. Era 5? Did we... No, we haven't got all of Era 5, 6, or 7. So we're still missing some of those. So some more pages must appear at some point. Good to know. Hello, Gnosis. I'm back in your creepy place, and I still do not like it. Welcome back. What would you like to discuss? Alethea and I have agreed to trade the pages for your help with the breach. Indeed, I am glad... Ooh, excuse me. Indeed, I am glad to assist you. I must ask Alethea some questions about the breach before I begin. Give me the pages now, and I will contact her shortly. Here you go. You have my gratitude, and soon the creatures lost in the breach will be free. So, the thing I'm a bit worried about with this, now that I think about it, is what if Gnosis wants this information so that he can manipulate the games, or I say the games, or the competition or whatever in his way. Like, did I give him 4 random pages, or did I give him pages from a certain era? Because if I gave him from a certain era, he could find out some valuable information about the previous world. I don't know. We'll see. In the meantime, feel free to return and speak with me whenever you like. I will always be here. Will do. Thanks for the help, Gnosis. Still creepy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure we can trust them, but otherwise we're just kind of sentencing all the fish stuck in that area to death, basically. Good to see you again. Anything you'd like to talk about? How did things go with Gnosis? Perfectly. Not long after you left, I was contacted by Gnosis. What a fascinating being. I could hear their thoughts and even saw visions within my mind's eye. I saw what Gnosis looks like, how absolutely massive they are. Even after all you've told me, I was not prepared for that. Anyway, I answered a few questions Gnosis had about the breach. Then they said they'd get to work right away. Moments later, my instruments here were getting all sorts of strange energy readings. Sure enough, a massive portal had opened up just outside the lab. Looking through the portal, I saw what could only be the alien landscape of the breach. And before I knew it, the missing ones began emerging. I went out to greet them and urged the rest to come to safety. Once they were all accounted for, the portal closed, and that was it. My friend, this story has a happy ending thanks to you. And Gnosis, of course. I can't even begin to express how grateful I am. This has lifted a burden from me I thought I'd always bear alone. No problem, Alethea. Glad I was able to help. More than you know. Shall we talk about anything else? Have to go now. Okay. As I thought, yeah, we just go check in with Gnosis and Elil now. So let's see what he has to say. Hey buddy, check out that glow, huh? That is what we call the gift of creation. Looks like the new world's all set to go. Just let me know when you're ready. Ah, so this is it, huh? I can actually choose now? I suppose? Yeah, let's... So... Hey, how goes it? Look at the chat. I think that's all for now. Okay, I don't wanna rush that along. We want to squeeze the last little bit of dialogue we can out of each of these characters. Alethea? Where you at? She down here? Oh, she is. Oh no, that's the shark. Never mind. Got her confused with the shark. Alethea? Oh, there she is. Okay, I was getting worried for a second. I was like, okay, what's actually going on? I didn't even see her above me, and it doesn't look like I can get in that way, so I have to go back in here. Alright, back in we go. And then we just gotta go up. I didn't even know there was an up here. Going to be honest. It's a neat little area, though. Wow, this is a great place to read a book. She even has a table for it, I mean a chair for it. Ah, I'm glad you've returned. I wanted to get your thoughts on some concerns I've had recently. Might you have a moment? Sure, what's up? Well, it's all to do with my research and the goals of it. You'll remember my studies have always been focused on finding the truth about the ocean. I know this place has a purpose, all my research to date suggests so, but the answers remain frustratingly out of reach. At least things have improved when it comes to getting assistance. You've been a great help, and the twins were unexpectedly productive as well. But it took considerable time and effort to make that happen. I'm not sure now if it was worth it. Was I wrong to try and recruit others? I don't think it was a waste. Now that we've learned the basics, we'll be able to help you more efficiently, right? Well, yes, that's probably true. I suppose giving up on the effort so soon would be inadvisable. Putting that aside, you might recall that I had a number of enhancements prepared for the lab. This was, of course, before we learned that Gnosis was the source of the energy I sought for those upgrades. It's been difficult to avoid feeling discouraged since then. At this point, I have no idea how, or even if, I'll be able to upgrade the lab as planned. Yeah, that was a big setback. I bet it's a double down. If you double down on your studies and exploration, you'll be able to find a new power source. I wish I knew how to advise you on this, Alethea. I'm gonna say this one. I wish I knew how to advise you on this, Alethea. All I can say is that I believe in your abilities, even if the upgrades never happen. Really? That's quite motivating, my friend. Thank you. Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't need the upgrades, or perhaps I can at least make some headway even if they aren't a reality yet. But speaking frankly, even if I had completed the lab overhaul by now as I'd originally hoped, there would still be a problem. Gnawing away at me, a tiny bit at a time, is the thought, no, the fear, that no matter how hard I work, no matter what tools are at my disposal, I will never know the truth. This endless dream or illusion, whatever it is, it will truly never end, and I will never know what it's for. What do I do about that, my friend? Do you think there's anything I can do? This is... Okay, so I can only imagine how that feels, Alethea, but maybe you can try to make peace with it. As long as you're seeking the truth, I believe you'll find answers. So, your work is what drives you, Alethea, and you should immerse yourself in it. The harder you work, the closer you'll get. It'll all pay off someday. I think this option sounds better than that second option. The second option I feel like would maybe make her work herself to death in the hopes that it would pay off. Yes, I think I'm beginning to see what you mean. There are those here who are willing to help me, who believe in me and my skills. Whether or not I find the answers I'm seeking, I'm not alone in this, and that means a lot. Thank you so much for hearing me out, my friend. Okay, good. That sounds like an ideal situation that I wanted her to get out of that. I appreciate it a great deal. Of course, always happy to help, Alethea. We'll talk later. Okay. I'll have to see Gnosis now, I suppose, since he's the only one with an update for us. Even though you're creepy. I said that like 6 times now this episode. Okay, I'm sorry, Gnosis. I apologize. Ah, you've returned. You may recall that I've spent eons trying to recover my lost memories. It is an exhausting effort that has taxed me to my limits. There is still so much locked within me, but I cannot access it without more power. When I extracted the energy of the pages from the library to create the portal, I realized I could use that same power to reassemble my memories. If you empower me by bringing me more pages, I will make it worth your while. I know you too have memories you've lost. Surely you must wonder why you are here and who you really are. Therefore, in exchange for the pages, I will tell you what I learn about your past. Does this offer appeal to you? I mean, it does, because who's to say LL isn't lying? And I mean, the crown, I don't really feel like I need it. The crown that LL is offering, because it seems like at this particular point, Alethea is going to win by a landslide. Because she absolutely loves me. She has only lost respect for me once. Just once. And that was because I called her out on one of her experiments. So I think she's going to absolutely win. So I don't really believe I need the crown that much. Plus I've already created the low tier crown. I just can't upgrade it. So it does. How many pages do you need? Seems you have 14 pages now. I will need 2 of them to begin reconstructing my memories. I will share with you any information that might be relevant to your identity. Do we have a deal? I worry this will affect the plot in some way. Like, I wonder if Gnosis getting back his memories will be bad. I'm not sure how, but I wonder if it would be. And I'm a bit worried by that prospect. Like, if he got back his memories and he knew what happened, would he sabotage someone else? Would he use that knowledge for bad things, or would it just simply be him finding out what's going on, me finding out what's going on, and that's it? I don't know, but this seems like the more interesting path to take, rather than just choose a god and the game ends. So, I'm going to go with this. Very good. And it fades to black. It is done. Now, allow me to share what I have found. As you may have gathered, everything we are doing now is part of a great cycle. We have done all these things before, and we will do them again. But it has not always been this way. There was a time when we gods retained access to our memories. Each of us had our domains of power, knowledge, revelry, ingenuity. But there was only one world forged by the original creator at the dawn of time. Aeons went by, and eventually the original creator grew tired of observing their world. They wanted to find out what the rest of us would do with the power of creation. So they brought the cycle into being. The world would be reborn again and again, and each time one of the gods would have the opportunity to shape it as they saw fit. Which brings us to your role in all this. You were the one chosen to speak with the gods in this in-between realm we call the ocean. Your actions would indirectly determine the creator of the next world. Within the ocean, none of us would be aware of our divinity or have access to our memories, thus keeping the process as pure and unbiased as possible. That is all I can recall for now. What would you do if you became creator? I have had a great deal of time to think on this here in the depths. More than anything else, I would want to guarantee the safety of all mortals. I think I know which one you are. Of course, there will always be those who disobey and attempt to threaten the peace. These mortals I would separate from the rest, to prevent them from contaminating my society. Okay, so you're you're not my god of choice. Sorry, Gnosis, good day. Goodbye. Not choosing you. Perhaps a use could be found even for them. Okay, so yeah, you're not my god. What happened to the original creator? I believe they still exist in some form or another, yes, but I am unsure of the details. We may learn more of that if we are persistent. That's all. Thanks for the information, Gnosis. Of course. You know where to find me if you wish to learn more. I think I'll be going for now. Like, he says I can give him more pages. I'm also curious about the pages. So, do these last eras just have... Okay, traded pages. What concerns civilization growing? The creator comes to me for advice, which is more valuable for the mortals. Okay, so he specifically took a lot of the pages that had information about him, I guess, because he seems to be the one... Yeah. He seems to be the one that's the subject of all of these pages, so I wonder if he's taking those not for power, like maybe he just has the power to do that anyway? And he's taking these more for information, that's what I'm worried about. So I'm starting to think these don't have a section 3. Like, we've completed these, so how about we read them? I've decided to investigate the secret place myself. What secret place? Oh, that secret place. Yeah, the secret place where everybody goes. As a record keeper, I need this information to complete my archives, but the thought of what awaits me there is unsettling. What will I find in that forbidden place where those who have stepped out of line are taken? The secret place is underground. It's the size of a metropolis, with facilities to provide the needs of every mortal living there. They spend their workdays tethered to a machine that exhausts them. Some believe their work here is important, some are apathetic. No one seems to understand the purpose. Most don't remember the outside world very well, if at all. Ask the creator about the purpose of the secret place. They say it's a living machine, a problem-solving system. It was created to run an endless series of simulations to find new, better ways of governing societies to solve the infinite mysteries of the universe. All day long, this massive network built from organic minds is calculating, researching, testing hypotheses, all in an effort to answer these questions. It could have been done with artificial brains, the creator says, but the unique perspectives each mortal brings to the system are invaluable. I'm still trying to process what I've discovered. I've asked the creator if this all seems ethical to them. The mortals in the secret place are there because they endangered our society. I could have killed or imprisoned them, but this allows them to remain productive. Many of them are thankful. They consider this work their calling. I ponder this and realize I don't have a response. Is this world a prison, then? Has the creator turned a planet of intelligent beings into their personal tools and subjects? Many of the mortals still support the creator. Some of them do so even though they will never come back from the secret place. It's not my place to judge, but there are many things about this world that don't sit well with me. At this point, I know more about this world than any god aside from the creator. My role is that of historian, not a governor or advisor, yet I feel I should present this information to the other gods. They can come to their own conclusions about what to do next. So I do think Gnosis is the god in this, and I think the person writing these is me. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is me, and I don't think I'm going to give any more pages to Gnosis. Because I feel like giving him these pages is doing something bad. And I feel like if we give him those pages, we're just going to repeat the same things that's being shown in these books right now. I mean, in these pages right now. So I think we are going to stop doing anything with Gnosis. And next time, we're going to choose a god, I suppose. So, I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you then.